Welcome everyone, my name is Cade with Hove Audio, and I want to show you my experience selling game assets on various marketplaces throughout the year of 2024. Now, I specifically sold audio assets. I'm selling sound packs for video games, but regardless of what you're attempting to sell, I think you're going to learn a lot from this video. So mainly what I want to go over is how much I made, and also my process of selling on these various marketplaces and the pros and cons in each one. So the four that I sold on were itch.io, Gumroad, the Unity Asset Store, and the Unreal Marketplace, which is now switched to Fab. So I'll go a little bit in depth with each one. So I try and treat my YouTube channel with Hove Audio as my real home base. That's where I try and get the views and then funnel them to Gumroad. Gumroad is kind of the most like yours out of these. Like the other ones, you have a little page on a marketplace. Gumroad, it's kind of like your own website, not really, but that's like the closest marketplace that I could find that's like your your website. Again, not really, but that's what I use Gumroad and YouTube as. So I was putting out a lot of free stuff this year just to try and get eyes on me and to collect emails as well. And that's what I use Gumroad for mainly. So I have about like 80 emails collected through Gumroad, and I would have had a lot more. The first video I posted, or the first sound pack I posted back in like late 2023, was a sci-fi UI bundle. And that was getting a lot of views. But back then, I was just giving away for free without collecting emails. I was using like Mediafire or some sort of Google Drive or something, and I wasn't collecting emails. So I probably would have had more, but I started a little bit late collecting emails for that one. And a nice thing with Gumroad Analytics is it'll show you where it comes from when you make a sale. Even the free things are counted as a sale. So it'll show you who comes from Gumroad Discover or YouTube. So I can see a lot of it's coming from YouTube. I do get a little bit from Gumroad Discover, just people looking on Gumroad, but most of it comes through YouTube. From what I see. And again, I don't make a lot of sales because I offer a lot of free stuff. I also offer free versions of my paid. I haven't seen any carryover yet from my free sound packs to my paid sound packs. What I do with my free sound effects, it's just a sample of what the full version has to offer, but then I'll also leave a text file in it with a discount code, for Gumroad, for all of them in the descriptions of my YouTube videos, I put a discount code in, but I also put it in this text file saying, if you like it, here's a link to the full version with a discount code. And I just feel like that's a good idea to do. If they like it, here's the full version. And with a little discount, my packs are very reasonably priced anyways, but a discount is nice. It makes you feel good. So in the year of 2024, I made one actual paid sale on Gumroad, but that wasn't my real deal with Gumroad. I was really using it to collect emails. But I did make one $5 sale, and with Gumroad, I think Gumroad's fees are like 10%, but there must be more payment fees on top of that because I made a $5 sale and I have $4.05 from that. So first marketplace, we have $4.05. But we did gain a lot of emails in that process, and in 2025, I'm going to start email marketing. So I think that $4.05 is going to carry over into 2025. Next marketplace I want to talk about, and honestly, my favorite by far, is itch.io. Now, itch.io is like a game marketplace similar to Steam, but more indie friendly. But people do also sell assets on it. And this was just the easiest experience out of all of them. There's a lot of crap on itch because there's like no moderation. So you can just find a lot of junk, but there's also a lot of good stuff because, of course, talented people are putting their stuff on there as well. So with itch, I can see the analytics, and I'm getting, a decent amount of views and downloads, like a couple thousand views on my most viewed product and then a couple hundred downloads. So I'm getting a decent amount of eyes on me. Itch doesn't collect any form of email, so you're not going to get anybody on an email list from that, but people can follow you on Itch. So I've got a decent amount of followers. People have actively hit the follow button. So I just pulled up my analytics page, and I'll show as much of this as I can in the background as B-roll, but it looks like I have 22 followers at this point in time. So nothing crazy, but it's nice. Those are people that are going to see things when I post them. And Itch is just really user friendly. you get to choose your profit share. You can make it 0%. So you could take 100% of your earnings. I personally set it to 10 because I value itch so much. I don't know what their default is. I think their default setting is 10. I don't know if it's 10 or 30, but I would say for you guys, probably put it between the 10 to 30 range, whatever you're feeling, because itch is just such a nice service. I don't want to take every bit of money from them. They're really helping me out, pushing my stuff. On sales with itch, I made 5 sales total on itch throughout the year. 2 of those were actually tips. I have, as I mentioned before, my most popular pack is a sci-fi UI sound effects pack. And that one had the most views and downloads, and 2 people actually tipped. So one person tipped $4 and another person tipped $2. So I got $6 from that free pack, which was nice. I also sold a horror ambience pack twice, once on sale and once for full price. And then I sold a lightning sound effects pack as well. For itch, my gross earnings were $18.50. I don't know if that was, I think that was after they took their 10%. But then they also do payouts through PayPal. So $18.50, once it went through the PayPal processing, it turned into a total of $13.47. So overall, I would highly recommend itch. It is a very user-friendly and very easy process, and a lot of eyes are going to be on you just because it's such a popular platform. So for the other 2 marketplaces, we have the 2 big dogs, the Unity Store and the Unreal Marketplace, which has now turned into Fab very recently. So for these 2, you're going to have to put in a little bit more work preparing to sell on them. They're not as easy as just uploading your pack or uploading your asset. You have to actually get them approved, and you have to go into the engines themselves. So you have to be able to run Unity and Unreal. And honestly, I didn't get all my packs on because for the majority of this year, I was working off a 2012 MacBook, and I was just going insane trying to get it to work with these engines. And, it was so out of date that I couldn't. So I upgraded in the past like 2 or 3 months to a more recent Mac. But for most of this year, I had to like borrow my mom's laptop. That wasn't a powerful machine at all. It was just a standard I don't remember what brand it is, but just a standard work laptop. And I had to power through these powerful softwares that could barely run on her computer. So if you don't have the most powerful computer, it's going to be a process. Like just opening a blank Unreal Engine file can be a bitch. So just be prepared. There's a higher barrier to entry, but that's good in its own way because you'll have less competition for people looking on those. I had a decent amount of success with Unity. I think that's a really popular marketplace. But even stuff that I put work into to get it ready, they'll reject it. Like if something's peaking, they'll reject. Of course you can fix it. But you just have to obey their standards, and you have to put in more work than just uploading your pack. Even if your pack's good, you just have to make it compatible with their software. And audio assets are pretty simple. It's not like you really have to get something to work with an engine. It's just importing WAV files. So it's not the most complicated process. You can find videos on it, but there are just a few steps that you have to follow because it's not, you just have to know how to do it. But it's not the craziest. As long as you have a functioning computer that can run these softwares, and you can follow a tutorial, you can get it done. It just takes a minute. Set aside a little bit of time to do it. Don't expect to get it done immediately, and don't get frustrated when you just have to kind of do things over and over. So out of these 2, Unity was much more forgiving. I only uploaded 1 pack to Unreal. I don't know how Fab is now. I don't have any experience with Fab. I just re-uploaded 1 pack from Unreal to Fab, but I've never actually uploaded anything to Fab. I think they allow free stuff now. I'm not sure, but Unreal didn't. So a lot of my packs were free packs. So I just uploaded 1. It was my sword sound effects pack, and I made 1 sale on Unreal Engine, and that came to a total of $13.19. It was a $15 pack. I think Unreal took you keep 88% of your sales. Pretty nice in the grand scheme of things. Unity takes 30%, I believe. So Unreal taking 12% was pretty nice. Again, I don't have any experience with Fab yet, so I don't know if they changed that. But as of Unreal Marketplace, it was very nice at them just taking 12%. You keep 88%. And I think Unity is a much more popular engine, especially with small indie developers, and that's who I was targeting with these packs with the low price point. I'm not going for the major labels. I'm going for indie people just like myself, because I don't know how Fab, going back to Fab, I don't know how Fab works with analytics, but I couldn't find any analytics on Unreal. I don't think they show you anything. Hopefully Fab changed that. With Unity, I can actually see how many people are, viewing my thing and downloading my pack. And I was getting quite a bit of traction, like thousands of views and maybe even thousands of, I'm going to have it on screen, but hundreds to thousands of downloads as well. And that was on the free stuff, and it doesn't collect emails or anything, but still eyes are getting on me and people are using my stuff. So that's cool if I can help people out. I'm just excited about that. But I made a decent amount of sales on, the conversion is really low because I can see, thousands of people looking at my stuff, but the conversions are pretty low. I think I made like 5 sales total throughout the year. Some of them I sold on sale. You can only put things on sale on Unity, like as a launch sale if they're $15 or more. So you can't do it with everything. Unity was my biggest earner this year. In total, I made $32.89 after they took their cut. And I believe their cut is 30%, but still I made the most on that with the largest cut. So across those 4 marketplaces in 2024, I made a total of $63.60, which I'm pretty happy with. Last year I made $0. So that's a big improvement for myself. And that's really what's important with this type of thing. You just got to take little steps and grow every chance that you can. Now, a bit of a ramble. I did kind of half-ass it this year. I was in school and I was working a job that I really wasn't happy with. So a lot of my energy was sucked away into those things. So I didn't do everything that I wanted to do. And of course, there's always going to be things that get in your way. But I really did half-ass it this year. So seeing that profit with, not my full potential put in is kind of nice, because I know this year I've made some life changes and I'm going to have more time and energy allocated to this. And I'm just going to shoot up exponentially, I hope. And I really hope you guys learn things from this video. Just final parting thoughts. My absolute favorite, the two, I guess the three, I don't know. All these marketplaces have their own strength. Gumroad collects emails for me, and I haven't done anything with those emails yet. I'm going to start email marketing in 2025, so I hope that my effort this past year kind of carries on in my next one, and that's the purpose that Gumroad was giving me. Sort of a home base for my store, and also just collecting emails. Unity, I think that kind of gets the most eyes on you, the most eyes that are willing to purchase. Itch, it's kind of a weird place. A lot of things can go on Itch because there's really no moderation. I'm sure they kick certain things off if it's too much, but there's a lot of shit on Itch. Not just asset wise, but like there's weird stuff on there. It's not like a professional place. Of course it is, but it's weird. You can find just a whole bunch of crap on there. But if you stand out, you're going to be, on the top of the page and people are going to see you. I think a lot of like really indie devs go to Itch to publish as well as buy. So that's kind of what I was targeting anyways. So it works out for me. But Itch is a nice place to get eyes on you. But I feel Unity was really the place that's going to get the most like professional eyes on you. Like people who are actually looking to make games and not just like goofing off. Like it's just kind of like a place where you could goof off. Like you go in there and play some really shitty games that are, I can't think of a better word than just weird, but like you could just goof off on Itch. But Unity, you're gonna get a lot of eyes on you. Just like, I think I got like similar eyes looking at the analytics. Like a lot of them, I got more on Unity. So I think Unity is just a more popular place, and you're gonna find more professional people there willing to purchase a good product. And then Unreal, I don't know how Fab is. I haven't really done anything, again, besides porting over something from Unreal. But hopefully they give us some analytics, unlike Unreal. Again, if Unreal does give analytics, I just couldn't find them. They're very hard to find, whereas the other ones are front and center. So those 3 are my main that I really enjoyed, and I hope Fab stepped it up a little bit and is going to give analytics. And I think you can put free stuff on Fab now, so I'll get more eyes on me. So we'll see how it goes. So I really hope you enjoyed watching this. This is the exact type of content that I like to watch myself. I hope it inspires you to do what you want to do, regardless of if it's audio or something else. Start chasing that bag, start earning some money. Hopefully we can all leave our horrible jobs that we hate. I got another job that I don't hate, but I want to move on from. So hopefully we can all, if you see something that I did, wrong, or it could be done in a better way, let me know in the comments. Other people will see it, other people will learn. This is just so that everyone can learn, myself included. I want to learn from talking about what I did. I want you guys watching to learn from, my mistakes and my shortcomings. And everybody in the comments, if you want to chime in, leave helpful hints, tips to optimize things and do them better. Oh, main optimization this year. Thank God I remembered. I urge you all to switch to the DAW Reaper for sound effects. If you are doing sound effects, switch to Reaper. I've been using Logic since I was like 13, and I love Logic, and I will continue using it to make music. So I still use Logic all the time, but oh my God, switching to Reaper for sound effects was amazing. You will do things, I don't know how other DAWs work, because I've really only used Logic, and then now Reaper. I haven't really used any of the other main DAWs because I haven't had to. Logic's amazing. But you will do things in a fraction of the time if you do them in Reaper. And especially for game audio, it is so, like, I have barely tapped the surface of what you can do, but it is so customizable and so just streamlined to do everything. Just exporting alone. And with Reaper, I have to say, you really have to like tinker with it to get it to a comfortable place, because coming from things were just so backwards and weird going into Reaper. So if you open up Reaper and you're like, how the hell do I do anything? This is so weird and backwards, and this isn't how things are supposed to work. Like even just the scrolling direction, I'm on a Mac, but I don't know if it's the same on PC, but even just like the scrolling direction by default was just horrible and backwards. But if you go in and like take a week and really fine tune, and if you're coming from a DAW, just make it work like your DAW. It's so customizable, and people have like presets like that. You can look at Reaper themes, and they have. I wouldn't do that personally. I would take the time, which takes about a week. I would take the time to go in and like learn every control and just make it so that it works similar to your current DAW, because it's weird how it does a few things, but it is so nice. The Reaper render matrix, it will cut your rendering time into a fraction of what it used to be. I think the biggest pack I did was I don't know. I did some big packs this year in Logic, and it was just a fucking hassle. And I only did one real pack in Reaper, and it was a small one, but still the exporting time was just a fraction of what it would have been in Logic. And just doing like little test projects in Reaper and all the add-ons you can get, it is absolutely amazing. #1 tip of the year: switch to Reaper for sound effects. If you do music in your original DAW, but do what makes you comfortable. But for sound effects and everything, there's no differentiation between a MIDI and audio track in Reaper. They're like all the same track. So that's really what made me get my eyes on Reaper in the first place, because I was using Logic and I had to use a really roundabout way to randomize parameters. You had to like, I don't even remember what I had to do. It wasn't fun though. But Reaper, you can just assign parameters to a random LFO, and that's really helpful for sound design. I'm not explaining it well, but go look up some videos about randomizing parameters in Reaper, and it's just so easy. Yeah, Reaper is amazing. #1 tip of the year: switch to Reaper for sound effects. I hope everyone learned something. Thank you, and I hope I'll be able to make some more good content in the future. Thanks for watching.